going on, homies? My name is TheJongasm, and today I'm bringing you guys a conspiracy theory about Inside Out. Yes, you heard me right, Inside Out. I hope you guys are excited as I am. If you guys have seen my Inside Out episode of Secrets of Cinema, which I will link to at the end of this video and in the description down below, you may remember me sharing a fact about the flower that Bing Bong wears on his chest. I told you guys that each color on the flower represents a different emotion. There's red, which is anger, yellow, which is joy, blue, sadness, green, disgust, and purple, which is fear. But that's only 5 emotions, and there's 6 petals. The 6th petal is orange. So what does that represent? Well, according to some speculators, it means that Riley has a 6th missing emotion, and today we're going to try to figure out what emotion that might be. So I gotta admit that when I first saw the flower myself and when I shared that fact with you guys, I sort of just disregarded that 6th orange petal. After all, the color is orange, but Bing Bong's legs are orange, so why wouldn't it just represent him? Then the conspiracy theorist side of me took over, and I started thinking a little more in depth about it. I mean, yeah, Bing Bong's legs are orange, but tell me, who really thinks of the color orange when they think of Bing Bong? The dude is almost entirely pink. I was thinking you could make the argument that the character designers wanted all of the colors on the flower to fit within the traditional rainbow colors, but that doesn't really seem right because the order of the petals isn't the same as the order of the colors on the rainbow. Really, they don't seem to be in any specific order at all. I tried quite a few different combinations myself, and it seems that the designers just wanted them to be in the most random order that could be constructed. So if the flower doesn't fit the rainbow theme, then why wouldn't they just make the 6th petal pink, being that Bing Bong is mostly pink? Or if the order of the petals really doesn't matter and they did want it to fit the rainbow theme, then why wouldn't they just make Bing Bong orange? Yeah, I couldn't think of an explanation either. The only conclusion I can make is that Bing Bong is not meant to be represented by that 6th petal, and that there is in fact one emotion left to be discovered. So which emotion is it? Which emotion would a normal, fully functioning 11-year-old girl not have discovered yet that doesn't fit within the parameters of the previous 5 emotions? Maybe lust? I admit that sounds weird, but believe it or not, that seems to be the most generally accepted answer that I could find on the internet. After all, Riley is only 11 years old. I know some girls who had armpit hair before I did, so maybe I was a late bloomer, but 11 years old is about right around the time when I started puberty myself. Lust seems like it could go hand in hand with Riley going through puberty and becoming a woman, so maybe that's when the 6th emotion would appear. Some more evidence supporting this theory can also be found in my Inside Out episode of Plot Twists, which I will also link to at the end of this video and in the description down below. One of the earlier ideas that was thought up to be a main conflict for Inside Out was Joy holding on to Riley's youth for too long. This could mean that originally Riley was supposed to be a late bloomer, and that's why she hasn't started puberty during the time that Inside Out takes place. Now, I'll admit that even though it's kind of weird, I really do like this idea and I would love to believe it, but there's just too much evidence negating it. First off, take a look at Mom and Dad's emotions. There's no lust in sight. You could make the argument that at this point they have a loveless and lustless marriage, but we really don't see them having any marital problems throughout the whole movie, nor do we see any in the animated short. Also, I doubt that the wife would be willing to move across the country with the husband if she really wasn't feeling the marriage anymore. In addition to this, Riley's adult teacher also doesn't have lust hanging around. Then again, maybe she shouldn't because she's in a classroom full of children. I guess lust could be cranking it in the corner while she's at work. Even if you choose to disregard all of this evidence, I think that if lust were going to appear, it would have appeared during the animated short, Riley's First Date. Spoiler alert, it definitely doesn't. So if the 6th orange emotion isn't lust and it's not Bing Bong, then what is it? As it turns out, it could be a lot of things, but unfortunately what is probably the correct answer is more of a behind-the-scenes explanation and not really a conspiracy theory. Some of you guys may know that while Inside Out was still being written, over 20 different emotions were considered, but they were all cut for the sake of simplicity. Also, it's implied in the movie that emotions can take care of each other and mix, thus creating new emotions. The 5 emotions we see are essentially the 5 different bases of human emotion, and they can double up, meaning that sadness can also become empathy, and anger can also be frustration. The conclusion that most people are making is that the orange petal was originally supposed to be an emotion that ended up being cut. The 3 most popular emotions believed to be that orange petal are surprise, which was absorbed by fear, hope, and even logic. I personally really like the idea of the orange emotion being logic and is maybe something that Riley develops as she grows older, like as she matures and is able to reach a deeper level of thought. However, this gets disproved with the same logic, no pun intended, that disproves lust. None of the adults whose emotional headquarters we see, neither of the parents nor the teacher, have lust or any sixth emotion at all. Also, you could disprove logic because logic isn't even an emotion, but now I think we're getting too complex. We've been kind of jumping around this whole video, but I'm going to give you guys something to fill the void that orange petal left in your heart. Until proven otherwise, or until further evidence is revealed that makes another option more sensible, I'm going to say that the sixth orange emotion is tranquility. And here's why. Inner peace is a possibility for everyone, which is why it's on Bing Bong's flower, but not something most people ever truly feel. It's the feeling of total serenity, self-acceptance, and self-confidence. Inner peace is something that most people don't ever truly achieve, with the exception being monks and the elderly, and those are two types of people whose emotional headquarters we don't get to peer inside of. It's an emotion that Riley herself may not feel for decades or even ever, but it's still one she has the ability to possess. And that's where the orange petal comes into play and where this theory comes to a close. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button with a nice sloppy thumbs up. It takes about 1 second and it lets me know you care. If you want to comment your own opinions and theories about what the sixth emotion might be, feel free to do that as well. I love hearing what you guys got to say. If you want to support the channel and get even more videos a week as a result, remember you can also share this video with your friends. You can hit that share button down below, share to either Facebook or Twitter, or you can copy the URL up above and go and paste it on someone's wall or tweet it at somebody. I realize that requires a little bit of extra effort, but I appreciate it that much more. If you do all of that and still want to go the extra mile like a super fan would, remember I got links to my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram in the description down below as well. Go give those a like or follow. At the end of this video, in addition to linking to all 3 of my previous Inside Out videos, I've also got a link to K-Mac Time's version of this theory. Feel free to go check it out. Compare, contrast. Thank you guys so much for any support you're willing to give. I truly appreciate it. Here's hoping that your vidgasm wasn't too messy.